Welcome to my second video. This one is going to be a makeup tutorial. So if you want to find out what I did and the products that I used to achieve this, please keep watching. Okay, so the first step is going to be primer, and I haven't tried a whole lot of primers, but out of the ones I have tried, my favorite is this one. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and I like it a lot. I feel like it does a pretty good job of blurring my pores. Okay, so the next step is going to be foundation, and I use Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I use the shade Fair Ivory. I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then take a beauty blender, and then I just kind of dip into it and put it all over my face, and I just go in and start blending it out. So then the next step is going to be contour. Yeah, it's actually a foundation, but it's this one by CoverGirl. Just get it, a few shades darker than myself. I use the sponge that it comes with and make my contour lines. Then take your beauty blender and blend that out. Concealer, and I use the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer in L1 Neutral. Beauty blender again and blend that out. I don't have any translucent powders, so I've just been using a white eyeshadow to set my concealer in place, and I'm using the one out of the Blood Sugar palette called Glucose, so it works okay. I'm sure translucent powder would work better though. And I also like to take the white eyeshadow over my eye. So it looks kind of crazy right now, but it'll all start coming together. So the next thing you're gonna do is set your whole face with powder, and I use the L'Oreal Paris True Match Mineral powder, like this, and I'm using the shade Light Ivory because I'm feisty. again, we're gonna go back in and bronze where we put the contour because the powder kind of covers it. And so we're gonna go warm up those spots. And I'm using, it's actually a blush by Milani, I believe, and it's in 06 Bellissimo Bronze Baked Powder Blush. A tip that I find helpful, if you're not very good at contour for your cheeks, you go from the top of your ear down towards the corner of your mouth, but you stop about with your eye, where your eye lines up, so that's where you stop. So now we've brought a little warmth back to our face, and next I like to go in with highlighter. I'm going to be using a highlighter by Wet n Wild. It's in the shade Electric Daisy. Ugh, isn't that just so pretty? So the next thing I do is blush, and I'm using one by Flower, Drew Barrymore's brand, and this one is in the shade PB1 Sweet Pea. And when I do my blush, I kind of like to go in between my contour and my highlight and kind of blend those two things together. I just think it looks really nice like that. It's a little intense, but that's okay, because after I'm done doing my whole face, what I like to do is go back in with this and take the brush without any product on it and just kind of blend everything together, soften things up so they're not so harsh. See, doesn't that look so much nicer? So it's okay if things get a little intense. You can always just go back and blend everything out and soften everything up. And if worse comes to worse, it's just makeup. You can always take it off. So next I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I don't actually have any eyebrow pomade, so I just fill mine in with eyeshadow. And I use the Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette, and I use the shade Lockout to fill in my brows. But first, I take a little brush and kind of manipulate my brows into the general shape that I want them to be. And then I take a brush like this. So when you're doing your brows, what you want to do is you want to start on the bottom, about right there, and make a line. So you can kind of see that the brow is starting to take shape. And then wherever you want your arch to be, go in there, just drag it out like that. And then kind of connect it right in the middle. Go on the top, and you want to start a little further back and repeat the process. Drag the line where you want the arch to be, and then drag it down to meet the tail like that. And then you can kind of just go and fill that all in. I think the easiest way for me anyway to do my brows is to do the outline and then fill them in. And so there's my eyebrow finished. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one off camera and I will be right back. So there's my eyebrows all finished. They don't look the best, but they'll do. And now we get to do the fun part, eyeshadow. Okay, so let me put y'all on this brand. I saw a girl post on TikTok about it, and they're sold at Walmart, and they're super cheap, but they're really good. And it's this brand called Profusion, and I got like 5 of their palettes, I think, and they have not disappointed me. They have been really, really good. So sold at Walmart, so if you want to go check that out, I would highly recommend them. So the palette that I'm going to be using today is the Siennas palette, and I think first I'm going to start off with the shade Polite and just go all over, all the way up to my brow bone. So next I'm going to go in with the shade Oasis. Just going to blend that into the crease. And I'm also going to take this under my eye. That's something that I like to do. Usually my transition color, I like to take that under the eye and the lower lash line. But you want to keep it very soft and blended, because we'll go and add another color under there later. Taking the shade Serendipity, and I'm going to take that right above, kind of in my brow bone. Next I'm going to take the shade Dapper, and I'm going to put that into my crease. Next I'm going to dip into the shade Madly and put that all in this outer crease area. Just tap it in there and then work on blending it out. So next I'm going to take the shade Certain, and I'm going to use kind of a flatter brush. The reason I'm going to be using this flat brush is because this is a shimmery kind of shade, and you want to press the shimmery kind of shades in rather than swiping, because it will help them show up better. Next, I'm going to take the shade Conquest and put that in my inner corner. Something I really like to do for under my waterline is add like a fun pop of color, especially when you've got a more neutral eye look like this. Adding a fun pop of color underneath there just kind of gives a little something something. You're gonna keep that one really tight to your waterline, unlike the other one that we diffused out. Oh yeah, and I'm using the shade Root Canal from the Blood Sugar palette. diffuse those edges. And I think, just for funsies, I'm going to add a pop of Cavity from the Blood Sugar palette right in here. Do I want to do eyeliner? Not particularly. We're gonna move on to lashes, and I'm just gonna curl them. Have you ever had a spasm while you're trying to curl your lashes? It's terrifying. Somebody come get her, she's dancing like a stripper. I'm gonna be putting on mascara. I am using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. Looks like this. It's pretty good. I like it. Wow. Who is she? Maybe she's born with it. Okay, we're done with the eyes. And now it is time for lipstick. I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Color Riche in shade 707 Matte Majestic. It looks like this. So there's our lipstick all applied, but there's just one more thing that I love to do. You take that highlighter that I told you about earlier, the Wet n Wild one, and you just add a little bit to the center of your lips. Oof. And I don't know, it just looks so pretty to me. So the final step is setting spray. I'm using the e.l.f. Matte and Mist setting spray. Oh, look at that highlight. And this is the final look. I hope you like it. Thank you for coming on this makeup wonderful journey with me. Please like, comment, subscribe, message me about something you would like to see from me. Suggestions, I'm always open to suggestions. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.